The death-cap mushroom is responsible for over 90% of mushroom-related fatalities around the world. This deadly fungus, scientifically known as Amanita phalloides, belongs to a group of mushrooms that contain a toxin called alpha-amanitin. This toxin attacks the liver and kidneys, causing severe damage and often death. The death-cap mushroom can be found in many regions of the world, especially in Europe, where it is native. It has also been introduced to other continents through the cultivation of non-native trees that host the fungus. The death-cap mushroom grows in forests, usually near oak, chestnut, pine, or birch trees. It has a greenish-yellow, brown, tan, or white cap that may have a metallic shine. The cap is round or oval at first, but becomes flat as the mushroom matures. The stem is white or yellowish and has a ring-like structure around it. The gills under the cap are white and do not attach to the stem. The spores are also white and smooth. The death-cap mushroom is often mistaken for edible mushrooms, such as Caesar's mushroom or the straw mushroom. This is one of the reasons why it causes so many accidental poisonings. People who eat the death-cap mushroom may not notice any symptoms for 6 to 12 hours after ingestion. Then they may experience nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal pain, and dehydration. These symptoms may subside after a day or two, giving a false sense of recovery. However, this is when the toxin starts to affect the liver and kidneys, leading to jaundice, bleeding, seizures, coma, and death. The mortality rate of death-cap mushroom poisoning is estimated to be between 10 and 30%. There is no specific antidote for death-cap mushroom poisoning. The treatment consists of supportive care and removing as much of the toxin as possible from the body. This may include activated charcoal, gastric lavage, fluid replacement, blood transfusion, dialysis, or liver transplant. However, these interventions are not always effective or available. Therefore, prevention is the best strategy to avoid death-cap mushroom poisoning. People who collect wild mushrooms should be very careful and knowledgeable about identifying them. They should also avoid eating any mushrooms that they are not sure about or that have not been properly identified by an expert. The death-cap mushroom is a deadly fungus that can kill a person with just a few bites. It contains a toxin called alpha-amanitin, which blocks the production of proteins in the cells and causes severe liver damage. There is no specific antidote for this poison, and the only treatment is to flush out the toxin from the body and support the liver function. However, this is not always effective, and many people die from death-cap mushroom poisoning every year. But now, scientists have discovered a potential antidote for this lethal mushroom. It is called Indocyanine green, and it is a dye used for medical imaging. Indocyanine green can bind to the enzyme STT3B, which is involved in the synthesis of N-glycans, a type of sugar molecule that is essential for cell survival. By blocking STT3B, indocyanine green can prevent alpha-amanitin from destroying the cells and protect the liver from damage. The researchers tested indocyanine green on human cells and mice that were exposed to alpha-amanitin. They found that indocyanine green could reduce the toxicity of alpha-amanitin by more than 90% and increase the survival rate of the mice by more than 80%. They also found that indocyanine green could be administered up to 6 hours after alpha-amanitin exposure and still be effective. This is a promising finding that could save many lives from death-cap mushroom poisoning. However, more studies are needed to confirm the safety and efficacy of indocyanine green in humans and to determine the optimal dose and timing of administration. Until then, the best way to avoid death-cap mushroom poisoning is to avoid eating wild mushrooms unless you are absolutely sure they are edible.